Hey guys, welcome to episode 15 of the Blank Canvas podcast.
15, wow.
I know. I'm Jennifer Noir.
And I'm Mina West.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is a podcast led by two creatives who promise to have loads of fun. So I'm sure you guys know the drill by now. We start with a little icebreaker game. So we thought we'd go back to that app again called Yand, which kind of has like loads of random questions you could ask your lover, your friend, your date, your siblings. So, Mina, do you have a question?
My first question is, when was the last time you, Jennifer Noir, lost your nerve completely and why?
That was actually a family function.
Oh, what
I
happened?
won't get into it, but
Okay.
it got crazy.
Okay. I can't imagine you like completely losing your nerve.
Everybody loses their nerve, trust me. All right, I've got a question.
Okay.
What would you say is my type?
What would I say is your type?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Before we even do that, when was the last time you lost your nerve?
It was my question to you, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, I'm just curious.
It wasn't that long ago. It might have been before I got to the studio still. Joking.
What, today?
This week, got on the wrong train. I was a bit stressed. I was losing my nerve because people weren't telling me the right. That's the one I can share, yeah.
Okay, so what would you say is my type?
I would say someone who's financially secure. Tall, typical tall, dark, handsome, I think. But someone who's also into like good dress sense. Into good dress sense. I can imagine you with a city guy, like someone who like has a job in the city. And I don't know why. I don't know if I don't know if I would imagine you someone creative but has a creative mindset. So not a creative but a mindset of like maybe business savvy, and they have creativity intertwined in that somehow. But yeah, regardless of that, I think someone who's I can imagine someone who's like sensible. So when I say financially secure, just someone who is about his paper but is secure in that area as well. So he still has a hustler spirit, but he has that like security locked down.
Funnily enough, my type isn't really, I don't really mind what he does or anything. My type is more into their values. I don't know why. Like, so the hustler spirit, kind, funny, that kind of stuff. Everything else I don't really mind. For you, I think your type would be someone who is funny, God-fearing, of course, family-oriented, someone who is a good communicator.
Yes,
someone
hugely.
who is supportive. I think you'd like that.
Yes.
Someone who's really a partner, someone who will share the load with you. I think that's what you'd want.
Where is he? Anyways. I think you got it on point. Those
What's
good
your
ones.
question?
What is the number one most attractive quality in a person for you?
Oh, number one?
Yeah, number one most attractive quality in a person.
Their heart. I think I like people who are kind. It always attracts me.
That's a good one.
What's yours?
The most attractive, because the question kind of confuses me, because I'm like, what kind of lures me into that when I first see that person? And I genuinely like people who come across as open initially, if that makes sense.
Initially?
I'm thinking about that first physical quality attraction.
Yeah.
Because after a while you get to know someone and you start to see different elements and traits about them. But when I first meet someone, if they just have a demeanor of like, you could just hug them straight away. That kind of thing.
Like friendly.
Yeah, friendly maybe. Friendly might be the one.
Interesting. My question, name your top 3 pet peeves.
In
people.
Ooh.
Or life, whatever.
In people, pet peeves. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. Bad communication is just so annoying. I just get so irritated. It's like, another pet peeve of mine, 3. I don't know. You know, people who are like, oh, look at me type people.
What, like you?
I am not like that. You know, people who can't explain it. Like, there's one person I just don't like her, and I have no reason. Like, and I think she's just a very like, ooh, a pity, and then looks down at people.
Oh, okay, so snobbish behaviour.
Oh, snobbish, yeah, I just don't like her. She doesn't even know this. She just irritates me. And then another pet peeve of mine is obvious, just small liars. Like, liars, we're just small liars. Just, did you even have to tell me that lie? Did it make any difference to anybody?
Yeah.
The awkwardness of your lie alone is irritating me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Actually, I feel like my pet peeves are a lot to do with self-awareness.
Okay.
People who talk too loud annoy me.
Oh, yeah?
People who eat too loud.
Oh.
That's a pet peeve as well.
That's not me.
I don't think that's you. I've never seen you do it. What's the third one? I guess maybe people who are catty. I guess I don't like catty, like bitching, too much bitching. I don't like. Yeah. I think those three are my pet peeves. Right, so let's move on to the exhibit, where we like to give a good shout out to really cool creatives who've caught our eyes. Actually, this week I'm going to recycle my exhibit.
Okay.
Because I went to Now Gallery. I went to Sarah Shakil, who was my exhibit maybe a couple of episodes back. And she has an exhibit there called The Great Supper. It's really cool. It's kind of 2 or 3 things. It's a small, intimate exhibit, but it's really cool. She has this really cool table. It's all crystal. The tables, the chairs, the burgers, the chips, the roast, the cups, the cutlery, everything is like super crystallized, and it's so nice. And it's in a dark room, and you get to take pictures, and it just looks so good. And then she has this like holographic kind of looking setting of London, and it shows, and it's right next to the O2, the gallery, so it just looks nice. And then some of her pictures are coming up on the screen. Really good. It was really nice. Thanks Now Gallery. That was nice.
I like Now Gallery. It's really cute.
Yes. What's your exhibit?
My exhibit, I've been working on some new material on spoken word and things like that. So I've just been looking at spoken word artists a lot. And this girl's been one of my person who just genuinely inspires me and pushes me out of my limit all the time anyways. I'm a poet called Dilemma. I think it means, do you let every man adapt? So her spirit alone is very like fierce, and she demands your presence when you're like looking at her in terms of the type of poetry she comes out with. She has one very well-known piece called Whatever Black Girl Knew, Whatever Black Girl Knows, something like that. Oh, I'm saying it so well known, I can't remember how it goes. She has another one that it starts off something as simple as he said women don't enjoy sex as much as men, or something like that. And then she just drops the line with, I said, I guess you're not doing it right. And it's just kind of like real like catchy on the type of poetry, type of words she plays with. She has a band as well called the Dilemma Collective, and it's very inspiring to watch, and it kind of pushes me out of my element as well, just to kind of drive and do better. So I've just been doing I think all my exhibits recently are going to be poets, because I've just been doing so much research on them right now. But yeah, she is definitely one to watch, and I've just seen her career just grow recently as well, and it's really like heartwarming to see. So
cool, super cool. This week I wanted to talk about the whole concept of the inner child. I first came across this when I read what's her name, Chidera Egeru's book called What a Time to Be Alone.
That's another book on what to do book list.
There was a bit where she spoke about she called it her 4-year-old self, but I see it more as your 6-year-old self. And she kind of spoke about how when you're being mean to yourself or hard to yourself, you're doing it to your inner child. So it really got me thinking about my inner child, because it kind of forced me to reflect on my childhood. And then I realized there is this whole thing about the inner child within people. So psychologists say your inner child is a part of your mind that stores your emotional history from your childhood, and it basically comes back up, especially when you're reacting to things in life. So it can be conscious.
Coming up.
Everyone has an inner child, and it can be conscious, it can be unconscious, and it kind of triggered me, because I got triggered because I'm rewatching Mad Men. I watched this show so many times. Yeah. And the lead guy, his name is Donald Draper, and he had a traumatic childhood. He went through quite a bit, and it seriously affected him as an adult. But instead of for him to face his childhood, which is
Yeah.
basically his inner child. He keeps running away from it.
Okay.
And ultimately, he ends up in this cycle where he keeps self-destructing in the exact same way each time. He like remarries and everything and does the exact same thing he did in his first marriage again. So it just got me thinking about inner child and like how it affects different people. Do you ever feel like you relate or think about your inner child?
I guess I've never called it my inner child, but I have traits about me that, and the nicest way I can say it, is childish about me. If that, and maybe correct me if it's like off the topic. I've quite an impatient nature about me at times.
Yeah, that would be an inner child.
And that lures up in sometimes relationships and sometimes friendships and things like that. So I've been trying to check myself on it and subdue it a little bit. But yeah, like my impatientness is very it flares up and my reaction isn't always pretty.
Yeah, exactly. So basically with the concept of the inner child, it's
Yeah.
kind of discussing how all of these things affected us when we were younger, and they basically come up in different ways in our adulthood. So classic with me as an example, in my childhood, I found myself, the trauma that I did deal with, my reaction with it was to close off.
Yeah.
And that's still what I do today as an adult. So things like that, where you can kind of notice things you do and not only give yourself the patience to be an adult about it, but just to be kind to your inner child. So I came across this really cool post, which we will share on our Instagram. And it just basically said like 10 ways to nurture your inner child.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. So a few of them were like, validate your feelings and your emotions. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Delight in small moments of joy with yourself. And also be tender with your own heart. So I feel like sometimes when we all have our shortcomings, we're all quite hard on ourselves. So just to remember that, everybody has their own journey of healing, basically. Yeah.
Healing. So how do you know the difference between that's just someone's inner child's behavior or no, that person's just annoying and they just have these negative traits? How do people like clearly tell the difference, or are they not different?
I mean, I think it's a bit of nature versus nurture. I think everybody is a bit of a product of their environment and their upbringing. So ultimately, if somebody's being nasty, there's something deep within that's making them feel that way.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's how I kind of see it.
Fair enough. Interesting. I'm going to read that book you're talking about just to kind of look into that, because there are elements about me that I'm like, there are childish elements about me that I'm really trying to check into my adulthood. And then when it flares up, I get annoyed at myself. So maybe that whole kind of validating your feelings, maybe me trying to hold it down isn't the right aspect of it, but actually just confronting it head on.
Yeah, exactly that. Just, it's kind of like, it's a bit of self-awareness, being aware that this is your way of, just anyone in particular, this is your way of reacting, and just not just checking it, but healing from the core of what caused that. Yeah. But on a more positive note, there was some I'm this old tweets on Twitter, which were really nice to see. I saw some really cool things that I remembered, like £30 EMA.
Oh, I didn't get that.
You didn't get EMA? Oh my
no,
gosh.
I didn't go when it came through. I think it came through when people were going to sixth form, and I didn't do sixth form in London.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Yeah, I missed out on that.
With Jacqueline Wilson books.
Oh, that was good. That's how I named my sister. Because one of the books,
really?
I can't remember, and then one of the characters is called Angel, one of the characters is called Star, another character is called Dolphin, and I was like, I really want my sister's name to be called Dolphin, and I gave him 3 options, and then yeah.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine it's just called Dolphin?
That would have been lit.
And then 40p bus fare.
Oh, they were the good days.
I know, I can't believe how much things have changed. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Or Walkmans.
Yeah.
Or floppy disks.
Or dial-up. Hard times.
Or dial-up tone for the internet.
Yeah, hard times.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know when you can set up the internet and then you can go make a drink, go have a loo, go break out, or something, come back, it's ding, 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 ding.
Oh gosh, we've come a long way.
MSN days.
Oh my gosh, MSN. Oh my gosh, MSN was so fun.
I know, but for
so
me,
much fun on there.
My computer was in my living room. And it was open for everyone to see. It was like everyone can see the conversation that you're having. So it was just like, people might see who I'm talking to. Let me be secretive and all that jazz.
True. What else? There was also, oh my gosh, I saw a picture on Twitter of that paperclip that used to come up when you use Microsoft Word, and it'll ask you like, "Do you need any help?"
Oh yeah, that's jokes.
And word art as well.
No, that was my Paint. Remember Paint and word art?
Paint and word art. Oh my gosh.
Like, I'll get all excited because I'm working on a Word document and think, what should my hidden look like? So the word art, you're playing with different things or some big like.
I feel like that was the birth of a lot of creatives. You know, this whole word art situation. LimeWire as well.
That's how I survived with my music.
There was a girl at school that used to just make CDs for people. She basically used LimeWire. Yeah.
My dad would just get me CDs from people.
So cool.
He had a good
music
list.
It's come a long way. Yeah. Aren't we getting older?
I want someone to make like a movie, you know, like Back to the Future, like now.
Yeah.
Of the future. Like, what would life be like in the next 20 years? And then in 20 years, we look back and go, oh, what actually happened? What didn't happen?
True. That'd be cool, actually.
That movie is really needed now. Because
they never get it right, though.
No, they do. They actually got some things about kind of close. Like the hoverboard. We had them. We didn't have the hoverboard, but we had remember the skateboard that kind of hoovered around and all that kind of stuff. There's a couple of things they did, right?
Did they?
Yeah. I'm gonna dig through and find it. But there's a couple of things that actually happened now.
Fair enough.
And lots of things that were like, whoa, what do they think about that? But yeah.
Cool.
What would you think would happen in 25 years from now or 20 years from here?
20 years?
Yeah.
I don't know. Technology is so hard to predict.
One thing I'm afraid of, and I don't want it to ever happen, but people can do it, is being able to get like SIM or some kind of code into your body so that if you want to just pay for things, you can just tap, because that is a possibility and they are looking into that. But I think that's just horrible. I'm not a dog to be able to be be able to find like I'm a human. I think that's wrong.
There used to be a conspiracy that they were doing it to people in hospitals when the microchips came into the passports. Sorry, I had this friend that was just so into conspiracy theories. Okay, Mina also wanted to talk about getting back with your ex.
Yeah,
what did you want to talk about?
Just thought that might be an interesting subject in terms of like what are the positives and the negatives about it, because a lot of time people say once he's your ex, no, you can never go back to there. You can never go back there again. I think it is a case-by-case situation, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Was there any ex that you feel like, actually, if you can't bait it out, was there any ex that you feel that actually, after some time, there's a possibility?
Just like you said, I think it's subjective. I think it depends on the person. I don't think it's one size fits all for everyone. But with regards to my exes, I'd never say never, but the thing is, you already know what you're getting in that relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I can't think of anything new they could possibly show me that I haven't already seen and decided I didn't want. So, and then also when you're thinking about getting back with your ex, I feel like people have a tendency, including myself, to kind of have this kind of rose tinted glasses when you're looking into the past, and you just look at the good things about them. You're not realistic about the person, and you kind of want to get back with the idea of your ex and not necessarily your actual ex. Because every time I've gotten back with someone, I remember the reasons why I broke up with them in the first place.
So
and then it's just like, why am I back here again? I don't think people really change. Even with friends, like I've reconnected with quite a few people that I knew from school and stuff, and like loads of people over the years. Yeah. And it's like, people don't change. The things you loved about them are still going to be the things you love about them now. And the things you didn't like about them back then, you still today will not like those qualities. So, no, I'm not for going back with the ex, because every relationship I've left is either because it was toxic or I didn't feel secure. And both of those are like no deals, like deal breakers for me. What about you?
I think you've hit the nail on the head in terms of like looking at it with rose tinted glasses you mentioned. I guess the hard thing is, it depends on what that breakup was for, because sometimes people are just not in the right headspace to kind of be able to nurture that relationship and what it could be. But it could also mean that actually I do care about this person, and after some time has passed, and I also believe two people have to be completely over it as well. So some people that might be actually, I know you said people don't change, but maybe after 5 years somebody has grown up and they have a different perspective on life where you guys are a bit more aligned. For me personally, going back to an ex has not worked out for me. So
yeah,
I'm definitely no proof from the pudding in that aspect. It was just so interesting when I was hearing, like, I can't remember what talk show I was at, and they were like, no, never, once it's an ex, that person's finished, why would you go back to your rubbish, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, your ex could be your next, you never know, you actually never ever know. But you mentioned the things in terms of like, or the reason why you guys did break up, those aspects, when I have entertained getting back with an ex, those things are still there. And I think if anybody was to get back with their ex, they can't go into it thinking they're getting back into their old relationship. It actually has to be a new relationship.
I agree with that.
I think that's the only way it could be healthy. I know somebody who did get back with the ex and they're actually very happy now.
Yeah, it does work, definitely, for some people. But myself particularly, if it's a toxic relationship or relationship where I don't feel secure, I don't really see the point of going back. But if there are other reasons why people break up, for example, someone's not ready or blah, 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 then that's fine. But anything that's like a threat to my mental health, I'm a bit weary about going back into that. Yeah. But yeah, if you've got an ex that you're feeling and they're not bad for you, there's no problem.
Maybe the ex came into a lot of money recently. I'll be like, yeah, buddy, let's see how this could be if you just try.
It's so funny.
For a little bit.
Right, so this week, first of all, Rihanna is in London.
Whoop, whoop.
Did not even know this. I just found out like the other day.
I heard as well, like when Rihanna, I randomly, I don't even talk to the girl anymore, but I knew this girl who was a stripper, and Rihanna would like come to her strip club and like give her money and all that kind of stuff, and she's like, yeah, Rihanna's so cool. Rihanna's that type of person that used to like chilling on the tube and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, how has she been in London this time and nobody saying dot?
But she's like staying in her house probably and just coming out for walks a bit. I doubt she's out and about. And she's with her boyfriend, so...
Oh yeah, she's enjoying. It was funny. I think somebody... You know how Twitter is? Like, people investigate. And I think there's an image when her niece was like taking pictures of her. In the background, there's a Sainsbury's bag.
Yeah, I saw that picture of the Sainsbury's bag.
I was like, how did we miss that?
And then because of her videos, they saw like the sink and stuff and they were able to work out which house that she's in. It's a really nice house. I think it's like 16k a week to rent, so...
Dang.
Somewhere in North London.
Just gonna walk about the streets.
London is becoming so... I feel like we're going to become the next LA soon. Like, just the other day, I was actually out with my sister and we saw Jordan Woods. And it's just like,
really?
what is London becoming?
Jordan Woods, isn't she?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is she not in LA? But it looks like she's in London.
Not surprised by that, though, because isn't she British?
Is she?
I don't even know. She's a model, right?
Well, Kylie Jenner's
ex-best friend. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Her name Woods in the end. I didn't even know that. My bad. Wait, she's been in London a couple of times. Yeah, she's been in London.
In Covent Garden area.
Oh, did you say hi?
No.
I would have.
Okay.
No, what's it called? When the whole crap with her and Kylie first happened, she was in London and then she was hanging around with, what's her name? Kit Kat girl. Nikita.
Oh, right, yeah.
She was hanging out with Nikita and all that kind of stuff. I saw the Shade Borough post it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I feel like these Americans are slowly but surely making their way down here. Right, so let's talk about that Game of Thrones finale. What's your verdict?
They definitely rushed the final season, and it's just upsetting because I was really excited, and I wouldn't mind if they redid it all over again.
Yeah, I feel like the story had loads of it was just too much of a cliche. Like, it was just ridiculously predictable. The dragon, so many things, from Drogon burning the Iron Throne.
Oh, I didn't even mind that.
That was a bit ridiculous. To Jon stabbing Daenerys, the way that
rude.
happened.
Rude.
It was
just
just
kissing
really...
up on me and just stab me. That's rude.
I mean, he was definitely going to do it, but I feel like, I don't know why they felt they had to end at season 8, because there wasn't enough time to do character development for us to understand and accept what's happened.
I'm hearing things in terms of like HBO was just like, actors are mad expensive. all this kind of show, the show is really expensive. It was getting to that time. It's just agreeing in terms of like there was no real actor development.
Yeah. They should have like given it, I think they should have ended on episode 3. They should have just left, either just kill the Night King or just leave it open. Like, I don't think they should have closed the story because they didn't have enough time.
People like me would have been like, where's the story?
I think it's better to not close it than to completely like make a mess of the closing.
Too many things. Obviously, I'm talking about episode 7 and episodes 5 and episode 6 as well, where even the way Cersei died, I didn't realize Cersei died. That's how peak it was. I
know. I thought she was gonna like come back to life, and she didn't.
I was thinking to my sister, and I was just like, I really wasn't even paying attention to the last episode. And she goes, yeah, and the way they just killed Cersei, I was like, what? Cersei's dead? When did that happen?
I know.
And then the bricks were falling on her. I was like, I must have completely missed it. Like
when she was with Jaime, she was
completely missed it.
I don't want to die. Yeah, everything was just such a joke. It was just a bit and then Arya as well, riding off into the wherever it is she's going with those people. It was just so much going on. It was just like, what the hell?
There are a lot of things that was missing in the final season. Just certain people, character development. I just wasn't really feeling it to the point where I don't even have much to say on the show. I was just like,
It's such a shame because it's such a great show, and it obviously takes nothing away from how amazing the show is. But it's just, you kind of first impressions and last impressions is like that's how we'll remember the show. That last episode, it was just a bit disappointing. I like Sansa though. Sansa was good. Like Sansa. They gave her time.
I literally was like, she should be queen. She should be queen. I was like, don't pick Bran, pick her. Yeah. And she's like, I just want to be queen of the North. I'm like, you do you, Bill.
It was very smart of her to remember the North and make sure that they're not included in the realm.
Yeah. And Bran's actually king now.
I don't understand the whole concept of Bran. Like, is that even Bran in there? I don't understand.
Three-eyed raven.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's just...
And since when could he see the future? I thought he could only see the past.
Can he not see the future?
But how? When has he shown us the future before? It just suddenly became a thing, but I felt like they didn't show us that he could see the future. I got really confused.
I thought he was all seen. I always thought you could see the future. But he was still trying to, like, master his power.
I thought he could see the past, and then by going into the animals, he could see what's coming. I've never seen him see the future, so I didn't understand why this whole concept of him being able to see the future came up.
He got to a new level of three-eyed ravenness.
I know. Interesting. So I heard our Prime Minister has stepped down.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear her speech?
Do you know what? I have not, I'm being honest.
In her speech, she says things like, she's proud to be the second female Prime Minister. And she does everything in her power to come to something for a Brexit deal, trying to bring all the MPs together and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But she has been unsuccessful, so she decided to step down. But the peak bit was, as she's talking, obviously Prime Minister in front of all the press and all that kind of stuff, she goes, I've done everything for what I could do and because I love my country. And then she starts crying and then she runs off. So literally her voice is croaking up. And she starts crying, and then she but walks off the platform back into number 10. So, like, people kind of having obviously kind of conflicting views. Some people they actually do feel sorry for her. Like, she tries to do the most hardest deal of life. But then there was this other guy called some name's like Owen or something like that. I've seen a couple of people post what he said. He's like, I don't feel sorry for her. Does she feel sorry for victims of Grenfell Tower? Does she feel sorry for the people of Windrush? So our nation, country is in a very weird disarray place. Like, it was even election week this week, and I don't even think, I know it wasn't election week for obviously to pick who MPs for Prime Minister type of stuff, but because Conservative are still in party, I just feel like people are just fed up with our leadership.
So what happens now?
Well, she steps down on the 7th of June, so in 2 weeks, and then waiting for somebody else from the Conservative Party to step in. But bear in mind, when the last Prime Minister stepped down, because he was a Remainer, nobody stepped up. It was literally just Theresa May 2 years ago. It'll be interesting to see who comes into place. Their main task will be to sort out the Brexit deal, which is sad because that's just been the focus this whole time. They haven't really been focusing on other areas.
Interesting. Well,
yeah.
Let's see. I feel like since the whole Brexit thing, we just are a bit lost.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
So for Let's Sketch It Out, I saw some really funny questions on the Shade Room, and I thought it would be funny if we answer them today.
Okay.
The first one is, I'm currently dating a man with a baby mum. We've had many arguments and we do not get along, and she's extremely disrespectful. She was homeless at one point with their son and asked me if she can come stay at our house. Am I wrong for saying no to her but letting the child stay? Or should I let them both stay because that's my boyfriend's child's mother?
I personally don't think it's her yes or no. It's the man's yes or no.
Oh, but it's her house too.
Oh, fair enough. But the hard thing is, I believe, even if, say, a guy and a girl, they don't work out and all that kind of stuff, if she's had your baby, you actually have to look after her until the child's 18. I don't know why I just believe that.
I definitely don't think that.
I think you do. I actually do.
I don't. I think that... I mean, she said that the baby mom has been given attitude, so her and her attitude can go and find somewhere else, but the child could stay. That's my only thing. If she was like a friendly, nice person, then yeah, of course, come stay. But she said they don't get along, and she's been extremely disrespectful. She said extremely disrespectful. Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, she shouldn't be homeless on the streets, but hopefully she has family.
But then why can't the mother go... Why can't the baby mom go with her own family with her child
instead of going to them, right?
Obviously, I don't even have a child yet, so I don't know what kind of mother I will be. But in my head, my child going everywhere with me, everywhere I go. So
you can't really make that argument if you. Okay.
What do you mean? What are you gonna say?
Well, if she hasn't got a home, she can't make that argument. Your child's gonna be where it's safe.
No, I completely hear that. I completely hear that. So it's either I will just go to another family member if this woman doesn't like me. But I guess, and I don't know, I have no rationale why I think this. I just think the father of my child should look after me until I'm 18, till my child's 18.
Wow.
I would never be in that situation, but it's like, I mothered your child. I held your seed.
I'm sorry, I just see it as the child is his responsibility, not the full-grown adult. No way.
I know, but I'm homeless.
No, obviously, because she's homeless, obviously, you have to do something. I mean, if I was really in that situation and she really has absolutely nowhere to go, then yeah, of course, you have to take her in.
So you would take her in then?
No, if she has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
But if I can see she's got other options, she's going to have to go to those options, not my house. Or even just put her in a hotel. If I don't like her, she's not staying in my house. I'll just put her in a hotel.
You've got to be comfortable in your own house.
Yeah, I can't be. No one can come into my house and start making me uncomfortable. You have to go. Sorry. All right, second one. So I've been with my current boyfriend for almost 3 years. I love him, but I do not know how to tell him that his breath stinks. I purchased for him several toothbrushes, toothpaste, and mouthwash, the expensive kind, and still nothing. He has bad plaque. Even made a dentist appointment for him, but he didn't go. Sorry. I don't know what else to do. I do not want to be rude and tell him straight up, and I've dropped several hints, but he doesn't get it. At times, I've had to hold my breath when kissing him. Like I said, I love him and I need help. I don't know how you can be kissing someone with bad breath.
Same. I'm not gonna lie. You've been together for 3 years. You say you love him. That's one person you should be able to tell something to like that.
Yeah, the fact that she can't tell him just tells you maybe he's a bit, rude or something.
I just could imagine, yeah. If I'm dating someone and I've gone to kiss them and that kind of stuff, I'll be like, babe, your breath stinks. Literally, that's how I would say it. The fact that I'm still with you means that I obviously care about you. But I would want to be that comfortable with my partner or my boyfriend.
I know how guys are with their ego, so it can be a bit sticky.
That's probably why I'm single. I'll literally be like, your breath stinks. Do not kiss me with that until you've sorted out your breath. Go to the dentist because there are cavities up in that place.
Or maybe every time she kisses him, just be like, I'm tasting garlic or something, just every time. Then hopefully he should get it. But it sounds like he's not getting any of her hints.
I want to
hint. Have to tell him.
You can hint with maybe a friend, be like, oh yeah, girl, maybe you should. I don't know.
No, sometimes you do have to hint with your partner,
Give him chewing gum and all that kind of stuff. But my partner, who I have to kiss,
Yeah,
like
it's the
daily,
kissing.
and then
It's
I might be
really.
tasting your smelly breath
I
and doing that to
know.
myself.
I know.
I would literally be like, we're not kissing until you sort out your breath.
It's really disgusting. I couldn't do it.
Okay, I got one dilemma here. A few years ago, my husband fell out with my sister's husband. I would like them both to apologize and make up, but my brother-in-law won't. It makes life very awkward at family occasions. I'm sad to miss out, but sometimes it's just better not to go. I love my sister, but I feel that she should put more pressure on her husband to build bridges, as we are willing to, even though I don't believe my husband was in the wrong. We want to have a get together for my elderly mother on Mother's Day. Can you advise?
That's interesting. Why don't they want to make peace? What did you do?
That's the thing. That's what I was thinking. Like, what happened? Like, how deep can it be? Because I live in a very airy fairy world where I'm like, oh my gosh, when I have my husband, he's gonna like get on with all my family, he's gonna love my family and all that kind of stuff. But life isn't always that rosy. So, boy,
I don't feel like she gave us enough information. She should tell us why they argued, because without that, I can't really.
Because if it was really peak, like they started physically fighting and things like that, put hands on each other, where it's even a danger for them to be near each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be actually advisable where maybe you guys shouldn't be so close to each other, but in the same breath, I just believe my husband should love me enough to get on with my family.
I agree with what you're saying, but it depends on what happened. Maybe somebody did something that really crossed the line and it's unforgivable. Obviously, you have to forgive him, but there's nothing she can do.
And I guess it's peak because the husbands aren't actually related to each other.
That's the thing.
It's like sisters, but then what would you do if like your husband and your sister's husband didn't get on?
I mean, me and my sister will try and bridge the gap as much as possible.
Yeah.
But if we can't, then we can't. I don't know. You can't really control people, can you? As much as you want people to get on. Because it happens all the time where people in the family are not getting on. You can't really, until they come to the decision they want to make peace, there's nothing you can really do. What would you do?
I know it sounds really bad, but I just really believe my husband should love me enough to get on with my family. But then you're right. Because, boy, you really can't control people. And sometimes, I should repeat what you said, but yeah, you really can't control people. I'd be really irritated.
Yeah. But you have to bear in mind, they're both irritated as well.
In my mind, though, it's like, can we at least be in the same location with each other? You don't even have to talk to each other.
Mother's Day.
Like, I have family members that don't talk to each other, but they can be in the same room with each other.
Yeah.
Like, get to that level at least. Don't talk, but just be in the same room.
Well, that's the thing. If they're not talking, something really serious must have happened. Like, she's not telling us the full story.
Yeah. If I was trying to convince a stubborn person, though, they're my husband. Okay, fire ways.
Ooh. All right, I've got one.
Yeah.
It's called Why Am I Still Single? I am 31 years old and I've been single most of my life, and I've had 2 3-month relationships and countless dates, but I can never seem to keep a girl interested. I have a nice car, my own house, and I'm an area manager for a supermarket, so I'm on decent money and I am degree educated. I'm currently working on losing my weight and getting the body I want. My social life isn't that great because I've been focused on work. I'm 5'9", so okayish height. I can keep conversation going and dress well, so I just don't get why I'm single. Oh. What do you think?
I feel like it's like at it to me. I'm joking. Yeah. Why is he still single? Maybe he's attracting the wrong girls, or he's going for the wrong type of girls.
I know. And also, how is he even trying to find people? Is he like dating online?
Yeah.
Because there's so many options. I feel like men especially have loads of options.
Yeah, I don't really hear as many times when kind of men are being kind of as open about why they're still single. I feel like they just think when they're ready, they can just jump into a relationship, just go.
That's literally the attitude they have. So
Yeah.
I find it shocking that he's so good on paper.
I mean, he's all right on paper.
On paper, homeowner, good salary, management. Yeah, he's good on paper.
Again, I guess it's quite frustrating as well because when you get to that certain age, the pressure is on, like Donkey Kong.
That's interesting, actually. But he spoke about his weight, so I don't know, maybe because I'm not saying that the weight is an issue, but maybe he's not confident or secure.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that plays a role in this as well.
Yeah, but he's been on countless dates, so he's attracting them to at least get on the date.
Yeah. And also, there's no like massive thing where you have to like date. You can just make loads of female friends and then just see what happens. Like, just make loads of friends and see what happens. There's no like pressure that you have to be a girlfriend. Okay, I have one. This is a bit of a different one. Is it okay to be grieving after a pet? I loved my pet cat, Pip. He was my best friend and I loved him so much. It has been 6 months since he passed away. I was so sad, and quite soon after we bought 2 kittens. I love them, but I don't have a special connection with them. And every night I'm crying for Pip.
Aww.
I want to stop this and be happy, but I don't know how. You know, this is a very interesting topic because people can be a bit savage about people who lose their pets.
Oh, that's
I've noticed
mean.
this actually.
It's not sad for him to be grieving for a pet. Pet are different things, different people. There's some people whose their pet might as well be as their child.
Yeah, most people, to be honest.
So by all means, I think the only advice I could give from people I know who have lost their pets is to go through your grieving process and do the same things as, like, I know someone had like a mini memorial for their pet.
Yeah,
like
very
mini memorial, like the pet owners and some close friends.
Yeah,
for an opportunity for you to say goodbye.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah. It's a very good idea, actually. Yeah, I agree with you. A memorial for your pet, and also give yourself time to grieve. I don't know why you got kittens so quickly.
Yeah, I know people do that as well, though. Like, he just like
go get another pet.
Yeah, but
that's not the solution.
Yeah,
that's like breaking up with your boyfriend and running off to get another boyfriend. No, you're gonna have to go through emotions. Let it happen. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, grieve. Of course, grieve. It's something that you loved. And completely makes sense.
And one thing that he said was quite nice and profound in terms of allow yourself to be in your feelings as well.
Yeah.
Because he's there probably thinking it's 6 months, I'm still not over my cat. And it's actually like, no.
Take as long as you need.
Because cats live a long life as well. So that cat might have been his whole life. A constant, and then the constant's gone. That would be hard.
I'm proper not a cat fan, but
I do like cats. I really want one. When I get my own place, I'm getting a cat. Or a dog. Probably more likely a dog. But cats are less maintenance, so I'm indecisive, but I'm wanting to get a cat for a hot second.
Yeah. One more. It's a quick one. How do I stop being attracted to my married guy friend? I have known him for about 14 years and have always liked him, but I was never single when he was. I need help. I think she has to cut him off.
I agree.
He's married, like, that's it, it's the end of the game.
I know it's gonna be sad because that's your boy, that's your homie, that's your friend.
Nah, I'm sorry.
But if you're attracted to him, and the attraction just seems to not be wearing off, girl, go cold turkey.
Yeah.
Go cold turkey. Like, if you're going off drugs, just get off of him.
Yeah, I agree. I fully agree. It's playing with fire.
Yeah, it's playing with fire.
You can't put yourself in that position at all.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm actually not attracted to any of my guy friends. In relationships or not in relationships. But I don't have that many guy friends, so...
Yeah, I don't have too many guy friends. But no, I'm not attracted to them either, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. Even just being friends with someone you're attracted to. I don't know how people do that. Like, that sounds so difficult.
Yeah, I can be acquaintances. There's guys who I know and I do think they're attractive, but they're acquaintances. They're not like the type of... When I call somebody a friend, it's like I can quickly call them for anything and all that kind of stuff. Like, one of my closest friends is a guy, and when they have a girlfriend or when they don't have a girlfriend, it doesn't make any difference to me. Like, the girl never has anything to worry about when it comes to me because I just don't see him in that way whatsoever. And I'm even that type of friend where I'm respectful when you actually are dating someone. And I guess just as time goes on, everyone gets older, everyone's got their own lives to kind of deal with. But I would stop calling you less or stop talking less, and I'll stop being around you as much, because when I have a boyfriend, you can't be cock blocking me either. So them type of friendships.
Fully agree with you. I think we have time for one more.
Okay.
I have a problem in the bedroom department. I don't enjoy sex.
Oh, that's
I used
sad.
to love it, but since getting with a new partner, I seem to have lost interest in actually doing it. I am excited already, and as soon as it begins, I lose interest completely. Help. I feel like the answer is so obvious.
What's the
It's the
answer?
partner.
But then say like, for example, yeah, because I'm not going to have sex with someone until we get married. Say we have bad sex. I've told myself already, we will go see a sex therapist. We will make it work. We will get around this. We will enjoy sex. Everything in its power. We will enjoy this amazing activity. So maybe she really likes this guy, but the chemistry between them isn't like in the bedroom hot. So that I would see a sex therapist. They exist, right?
Yeah, they definitely do
That
exist.
I would go see a sex therapist.
Well, for this dilemma, I think he's not pleasing her or giving her what she wants. And in life and like in everything else, your happiness is your responsibility. So if you know what you should by now, hopefully know what you want in the bedroom. And I think you just need to speak up a bit and tell him what you want.
Yes, communication is key.
Yeah.
So I would be like, babe, I just don't like it when you do it like that. Can you do it like this? I think I like it if you do it like this. And if we still can't get there, sex therapist.
So what would the sex therapist do?
I don't know. They're the therapist. They can figure it out for me. I don't know. A sex coach, somebody.
Because they're not going to be with you in the bedroom.
If they have to be to take notes, then that's what we have to do.
Oh,
I'm joking.
I think the guy is the problem. And for me personally, I think sex is a very important part of a healthy relationship. And thankfully, he's not your husband. So tell him what you want. If he's not giving you what you want, I think maybe you guys are not compatible. I don't really know what to say.
But what if they're compatible in all the other aspects of life?
Well, if you're happy to take the L with sex, then take it. But not everyone is. A lot of people are not.
Oh, no.
Do you know what? What's funny is
situation.
If it was on the other foot, if she was the problem in sex for him, he would be so savage about it and know that she's not his girlfriend.
Yeah, no, we will fix this problem.
You can try.
We'll fix
no
this problem.
guarantees. All right, one last one. Sorry, I keep saying one last one. I don't know what to do. All my friends go on joking about beef curtains, and I have this. I'm really embarrassed to become sexually active, but I've lost guys because I was too shy to do anything. I hate how my vagina looks, but don't want to consider surgery. I'm just so embarrassed. Help me.
What's a beef curtain?
What's beef curtains? Oh God, should I Google this? Let me go incognito. What's beef curtain? What is it, like a shape of the... Oh, beef curtains is a vulgar slang for the vulva. It typically used for vaginal lips that are particularly pronounced. No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, that's such an interesting name. Basically, if her flaps are really big.
Okay. Is it a problem?
I didn't even know. Well, I don't.
Oh no, I'm looking at my own vajayjay. So I don't even know what a normal vajayjay is meant to look like. My one's fine.
So you've never seen porn before, ever?
Oh, that's a lie. I have many years ago, and obviously, like, I'm a very free type of girl. So like around my friends and stuff like that, like if we were staying in the same room, we can all be naked together. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Everyone's vagina looks normal to me. I mean, I'm not staring at their vaginas to be like, oh, why is the flaps bigger and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't really analysed somebody else's vajayjay.
People are so disgusting. Wait, this is what the beef curtains look like. No, it's the actual beef. Oh, I'm so tired of people labelling women's body parts.
Mm-hmm.
Your vagina can be what your vagina is. Own it.
I say go to the doctors. You've had your regular smear test. No. And as long as your vagina is healthy, then who's anybody else's beef? So like, and it's actually beef.
And as long as, I mean, I doubt men will complain about that. So
I know it's more for them to love,
isn't
right?
it? Yeah, technically speaking,
and then it's like
scientifically speaking,
hug them.
Exactly, it's more contact with the vagina because you think of it, it's actually penetrating, and then it's like when they talk about girls with a fat at vaginal area as well. They like that as well because it's more contact.
Do guys talk about this?
Yeah.
I need to get into more guys' conversation.
So,
when they got their pum pum fat.
Yeah, that's what they mean basically. Yeah.
I don't know.
So it basically means, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Obviously, it's a bit different to the average, but who cares? It's who you are. You're going to have to accept it.
Yeah.
But I guess people do surgery for it. But if it's something that does make you very unhappy, of course, go get help. But I don't think you should care what anyone else thinks because it's your body.
Mm-hmm.
Own it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's time for Scratch Out. This is where we kind of share the things that have been annoying us, making us feel like, grr. Do you have any Scratch Out this week, Mina?
If I could slap this man, I would.
Gosh, who?
This week I was travelling around the UK and from Sheffield I was meant to go to Hull and I got on the wrong train to Leeds.
Oh.
But I was just like in my own little world doing work on the train. So I didn't clock I was on the wrong train. I was even helping one of the other passengers because he was nervous he was going to miss his flight from Manchester. And I'm like, oh no, you might be able to catch it. I was trying to be polite and supportive and all that kind of stuff. So I've given the ticket inspector my ticket. He sees the location as Hull. He says, he looks at me, just looks at me, gives me back my tickets and keeps on moving on. And then I look and says, oh, the train, it's terminating at Leeds. I was like, what do you mean it's terminating at Leeds? Isn't it going to Hull? Are we not going to Hull? They're like, no, this is not the right train. I was like, but the ticket inspector, about an hour ago, he saw my ticket. Man didn't say anything.
How are you going to blame the ticket inspector? This is your fault.
Man didn't say, no, wait, chill.
I'm tired of you people that don't take ownership for your decisions.
Chill.
You got on the wrong plane, on the wrong train,
Chill.
And you're blaming the ticket inspector.
I had a meeting. I still had the meeting.
And he's got 10k tickets to look at.
No, so man couldn't just look and go, wait, but this girl's thinking of going to Hull and this train ain't stopping at Hull.
I think...
He couldn't be like, are you on the right train, miss?
Take some ownership.
Couldn't have been like... I could take some ownership, right? But the way the platform was, it was like 5A, 4A. So I've been waiting on this platform for over 40 minutes as well. So I was really like just tired. Just wanted to get on the train. Just want to get on the train. And then a train comes to the platform, like say like my train was meant to leave at 5:25. The train's on the platform at 5:20. So I was thinking, oh, this must be my train. But it wasn't. No, he deserves to be scratched out. And the funny thing is, I then saw him. I got off the train, I saw him. I walked over to him. I was like, what, you didn't want to tell me I was on the wrong train?
What, you said that to him?
Yeah, I did.
You're doing... Are you being serious?
Yeah, I did.
What did he say back?
He looked at me. He was like, your headphones are in. You probably didn't hear it. I was like, he goes, don't worry, there's another train you can catch to Hull. I was like, it's calm. I'm calm, you know. Luckily, I had a hotel that I was staying over that evening and I called the people I was meant to have a meeting with, apologised profusely, just like, I'm really sorry. Meeting's got to be pushed back by almost 2 hours. I'm still coming. I apologise a lot. They were okay. Like, after I met up with them, they were all okay. We had a good meeting. Got back to the hotel really late. Just was like, God, I love you, God. But just one of those days.
Yeah.
I blame the ticket inspector.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Because the ticket inspector could have told me, Jennifer.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have.
You're right.
He could have.
He totally could have. I agree.
So he can get scratched out.
All the way out.
Out.
To the ground.
Got it out of my system. I've forgiven him. It's fine. It's over. He doesn't even remember me, but yeah. Anyways, what's your scratch out?
Summer is coming, so for all the thick girls, this is a bit of a nightmare. I was on the escalator. This was like the first day this week where it was really hot, and so I had to take off my coat. I'm not saying my bum is huge, but sometimes it gets attention. So I'm going off the escalator, and I can feel my hips. I felt something on my hips. You know when you're standing on the right, so that the bit that's not going up the stairs, you just sit standing. I'm standing on the right, escalator's going up, and I felt something on my hips. And I looked, I was like, did my hips hit the wall or something? Like, that was a bit weird. I was like, that's strange. And then the woman behind me was like, I saw him. I was like, what? She was like, that guy there, pervert, he touched you.
Are you serious?
I was like, oh my gosh, and the guy was just hot-footing it up the escalator.
He touched
I was like, this isn't the first time. It happens like quite often, especially during summer. And it was weird. What made me feel even more weird was the fact that
that's
I wasn't even upset about it. I was so numb. I didn't even feel anything. I was just like, oh, great. And I just continued my journey to work. But it was just interesting. This is like, here we go with this summer shit that men do. But yeah, that's my scratch out.
I'm feeling for you.
I probably didn't feel anything.
I know, I could tell.
Because it's happened so many times.
Because that's a vibe. I don't have a voluptuous buttocks like yours. So the last time a guy did, I mean, sometimes on tight trains, I feel a bit like, it's a bit too close. And then last time it was like more playground behavior when guys were trying to like squeeze a girl's bum and run around. But if someone just said, just slide me, oh my gosh, I might start a fight on the train. And I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't.
I know.
But I'll be like, he's harassed me.
But I just think about it, there's nothing you can really do. I mean, even if you did report it, like, what's the chances they'll do anything about it? It's just wasting my time. I just thought, just go work. And get on with it.
Oh, it was like, so let me just get this right. So he did what he did, but then I guess he was walking down, so you didn't see him again.
So we're going up. So he came up, he stood behind me, did what he did, and then continued going back up.
And so did you see him again?
I saw him. No, when I came up, I saw him walking off. I didn't run after him or anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't run after him. But I mean,
but the woman was like, it was an African woman. She was so angry. She's like, pervert.
I would be with the auntie being pervert, making sure everyone knows that guy with the red hat, pervert, stop him. Someone call. I'll be like, somebody call, like, security, alert people that this guy's harassing women.
I just thought it was interesting. She was so angry. She was like, I saw him. I'm with her. He's disgusting. He is disgusting. But what can you do, man? There's so many creeps.
I just stop them from touching other people.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's so annoying, but such is life.
Majority of you guys know I do spoken word poetry, and I've got a couple of shows coming up. I'm so bad at like telling people when I have shows, so just to keep everybody in the loop, this Thursday on the 30th of May, I will be performing at Our Media Theatre, and then on the 5th of June and the 21st of June, I will be doing some Sofa Sounds gigs. So if you are interested, please just check out my website, minawest.com, for more details, or just DM me or message me. But yeah, more to come. That's it for me.
All right, so I believe that's the end of episode 15 of the Blank Canvas podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Our next episode will be out on the 10th of June, as we are bi-weekly. Quick reminder, please, if you like the pod, if you're enjoying what we say, please could you leave us a review? And also, if you could follow us on Instagram, we are at the Blank Canvas pod. Thank you guys so much for listening. Bye.